this game?
So the biggest surprise for me of that game in particular was how the Buffalo Bills were able to get their ground game going. And not very many people have been successful running against that Chiefs defense, but I believe James Cook had over 27 carries, had 27 carries for the day and had over 100 yards, which you rarely get to see. And we know that Josh is at his best when that running game is at his best, and he was super efficient, whereas Patrick Mahomes only completed 44% of his passes. Josh Allen only had 2 or 3 incompletions on the entire day.
I agree with you on all of that, and I feel like at Highmark it's such a tough place to play, and it seems like the Bills have had the Chiefs number in the regular season, not necessarily when it counts. But let's see the other side of this. Let's talk about the disappointment when it comes to the Chiefs. This has been a team that has been up and down. The talent is there, but the execution isn't always.
No, and it's not. And a disappointment for me with this Kansas City Chiefs team is always their lack of run game. And not saying that they have had, years ago where they relied heavily on the running game. They had 1,000-yard rushers. But in the Mahomes era, in the Andy Reid area, all they ever needed was an efficient run game. Didn't have to go for volumes of yard, but just the threat. And we're talking about an offense now in terms of running the ball. Patrick Mahomes is the 3rd leading rusher. But Katie,
which is crazy.
Katie, he's only the leading rusher has 44 more yards than Patrick Mahomes as the leading rusher on 31 more carries than Patrick Mahomes. So that is a problem for this Kansas City Chiefs team, which has led people to believe that they will be active at the trade deadline looking for running backs. I don't know that that's necessarily true. They just have to be more committed to getting this ground game going.
That is a crazy stat that you just gave out, because Patrick Mahomes traditionally is more of a pocket passer. He only runs when he has to, usually in the postseason. So the fact that he's that close to their top rusher, I agree with you, that is a huge problem. But let's talk Broncos. Let's talk the division leaders.
This is not just another rumor. This is not just another trade deadline. This is the moment that defines whether we're content with what we've built or whether we push even harder. Because today, Chiefs Kingdom, is the final day, the last call. The gates are closing, the phone lines are buzzing, and the clock is ticking on a decision that could change the course of our season, and maybe even our legacy. And right in the center of that spotlight is a name that should have your heart pounding: Chris Olave. Wide receiver, explosive, precise, dangerous, and potentially, just maybe, one move away from putting on a Kansas City Chiefs uniform. Welcome to Chiefs Kingdom Report. And if you're new here, this is not a place for lukewarm takes. This is where we go deep, we go bold, and we speak for the fans who live and breathe this team every single Sunday. Because this isn't just football, it's a belief system, it's a community, it's pride. And when a move like this is even on the table, we pay attention. Now let's talk about what's at stake. Chris Olave, only 25 years old, a former first-round pick out of Ohio State. You already know what that program produces: tough, technical, top-tier talent. Olave's no exception. He's already had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in the NFL, and he did that with unstable quarterback play, in a struggling system, in a team that can't figure out if it's rebuilding or contending. And yet, he produced. He separated. He burned corners. He made clutch catches. That tells you everything. And now, with the Saints facing major salary cap questions and a quarterback situation far from certain, Olave's name has entered trade conversations across the league. They say he's not available, but we've heard that before. If the right offer lands at the right time, anything can happen. And the Chiefs? We might be that right team. Why? Because we're not just thinking about today. We're thinking about January, February. We're thinking about the Lombardi Trophy. Let's be honest, this team is already dangerous. Mahomes is Mahomes. Andy Reid still draws plays like a magician. Travis Kelce still dominates. The defense? Better than it's been in years. But if there's one area that still leaves questions, it's wide receiver. We've got flashes of potential. Rashee Rice has shown promise. Sky Moore has moments. But let's not kid ourselves. This offense needs a true number one receiver. Someone who commands attention. someone who changes defensive game plans, someone who gives Mahomes a weapon that can win on the outside, stretch the field vertically, and turn short passes into game breakers. Chris Olave is all of that. Imagine the chemistry he could build with Mahomes. Imagine what Andy Reid could design with Kelce and Olave running routes that force defenders into impossible choices. Imagine 3rd and long, crowd roaring, AFC title on the line. Mahomes rolls out, and instead of forcing a prayer, he finds Olave torching a corner down the sideline. That's what's on the line. And let's talk culture. Olave fits. He's humble. He works hard. He's hungry. He doesn't need to be flashy to be dangerous. He brings exactly the kind of mindset that thrives in Kansas City. Team first, effort always, finish every route. This isn't about hype. This is about results. Now, yes, it would cost something, probably a first-round pick, maybe more. But when you're in a window like this one, when you have Mahomes in his prime, Reid still building greatness, and a roster loaded with veterans and youth, the time to swing is now. That's what separates dynasties from one-and-dones. You don't wait. You don't play scared. You move. And let's not pretend we haven't done this before. This front office knows when to strike. They've let stars go when it was right. They've drafted brilliantly, and they've made win-now trades when the moment called for it. This is one of those moments. Because while every team is trying to catch us, we're not running. We're ascending. And a move for Olave? That's a statement to the league, to our fans, to our locker room. It says we're not resting, we're reloading, and we're doing it for the right reasons, to win again. Let me paint the picture clearly. Mahomes, Kelce, Olave, Pacheco, Rice, Moore, a tight end group that's versatile, a defense that's punishing, a coaching staff that's playoff tested. You tell me, who wants to play that team in January? And for those who say it's too much, remind them of what we're chasing. This isn't about being good. This is about being legendary. This is about sending fear through the AFC. This is about taking full control of the narrative. Because when the Kansas City Chiefs make a move, the entire league listens. So now I ask you, Chiefs Kingdom, what do you say? Should we go all in? Should we put our chips on the table and trust in greatness once again? Would you trade for Olave today if it meant we became unstoppable tomorrow? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear your voice. Smash that like button if you believe in this team, subscribe if you bleed red and gold like I do, and share this with every true fan who knows what's really at stake. Because today isn't just another day, it's the day. And if we want to raise that trophy again, then today's is when we take the next step. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and never forget, this is Chiefs Kingdom, and this kingdom doesn't back down. We rise. Let's make history.